G'day, Aussie in LA here, and we're going to train at Muscle Beach today, so come along, check it out. It's a little overcast, but I've worked out at Muscle Beach many times before and I've never really filmed it. So here we go. I'm going to do a workout at Muscle Beach, the infamous, legendary Muscle Beach, where the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger made famous back in the 70s when he came over here from Austria, just like me in Australia, all the way to come work out at Muscle Beach. You can see it there in the background somewhere, and the orange building that actually says Muscle Beach on it. So let's head a little closer and let's go get our pump on. And here is a look inside the original Muscle Beach office. It's got photos of Arnold from back in the 70s and the original pit of what it looks like. So that's what we call it, the pit. So this is where you sign up. I just paid my $10, that's what it is, $10 to work out here for the day. It's pretty cheap considering. So this is what it's like inside the pit, Muscle Beach. The doors are closed, I heard they were broken. But you got the nice sign up there, Muscle Beach. And this is the view from inside. We're always looking at the view from outside. We've got tourists from all over the world that come to this beach just to look at the gym that Arnold made famous. And of course, Grand Theft Auto 5. So we're training shoulders here today. The sun's starting to come out, so trying to stay covered up, but sometimes you got to break out the singlet, especially when we've got the pump. And just a couple of days ago on the 4th of July, they had a bodybuilding competition here. So this was packed, people all in the grandstands, and there was actually a bodybuilding show right here on this stage being judged. Happens every year on the 4th of July, sponsored by World Gym, which is no longer around that much. And like I mentioned before, obviously Arnold made this gym famous. Training here in the 70s, it looked a little different back then. Here's some pictures of it back in the 70s when he was working out here. Obviously the railing was different. It was more just a rectangular pit, but now it's kind of expanded a little bit, got a little bit more equipment, and they just replaced the equipment, so this is pretty new. The old ones were here for years and years and years, and it started getting really rusty. You can already see these new machines are starting to get a little rust, but for the most part it's all pretty new, even though a lot of it's still broken already. That's broken, that cable's broken, and people come here to film just like me, and too bad the inside is closed. I heard the doors are broken, so they can hurry up and fix them. They were going to make this a Muscle Beach museum, but they never did. They tried to make a Muscle Beach nutrition, just never took off, so I guess it was bad marketing. But people still come from all over the world. You can see tourists around taking photos. They should have like a memorial of like Arnold on the wall over there. So it feels great to come here from all the way from Australia to work out here. I watched many videos of Arnold working out here, and just a whole bunch of other bodybuilders, Jay Cutler, the pro bodybuilders working out here doing videos. And I came from Australia and now I'm doing the exact same thing. So it's pretty surreal, and it never really gets old. Even though I've worked out here many times over the last couple of years, it never gets old. Still has that feel, the feel of the 70s. The beach is right there, so you can work out, get the suntan, smell the salty air from the beach, and you can get your pump on and you can run straight to the beach into the water to cool off. So fantastic place. If you've never been here to Muscle Beach, I highly recommend coming here, especially if you're into bodybuilding. As Arnold says, it's fantastic. And check out all the equipment they have here. They've got the shoulder press machine, they got the seated military press, which is a staple for building big shoulders. We have a squat rack, which is essential for building big legs. We got the leg curl for the hamstrings. Get them beefy hamstrings. We've got the leg extension. Isolate those quads, warm up the knees. We've got the seated calf raise. Hit that outer gastrocnemius. We've got the back machine. Pull down and row. So you can actually have a really good workout here. You got the dip machine, you got the pull-ups, you got the lat pull down. So you have pretty much everything you need for a great workout. So I've done 4 sets of this military press for the front delt, supersetter with the side laterals to hit the side delt. So that's 8 sets in total. Now I'm going to move on to a front raise, a dumbbell front raise, to really target that front delt. And you can see the muscle beach sign in the background, very cool. So there we have the front delt dumbbell raises. Now we're going to do bent over lateral raises for the rear delt. You don't want to skip the rear delt, even though you can't really see it, it's behind. You don't want to skip the rear delt. It's very important because when you hit that back double bicep, whether competing or not, it's good to have that 3D look. So let's go ahead and hit some 4 sets of the bent over lateral for the rear delt. So now I'm going to move on to the upright row. We're going to use a straight bar, and that's going to be good for the front delt with the closer grip and the traps, or if we take a little wider grip, then we're going to hit the side delt. So I'm going to stay about neutral, about medium, shoulder width apart. I'm going to hit a little front, little side, and the traps, of course. So let's go ahead and hit some sets of upright rows. This Muscle Beach, the door's actually open, so let's go ahead and check it out. You got all the weights there, you got the leg press. It's actually kind of weird feeling being in here while the doors are closed. Normally the doors are open and the winds are blowing through, the sunlight's coming through, but it's almost like it's closed down. All the dumbbells are gone, big pile of mess. Got some more benches and all the squat racks or shrug racks or whatever racks you want. You got pull-ups, but yeah, I think these doors are broken right now, so that's why they're not open. I remember one time I was here and Phil Heath was here working out, 7-time Mr. Olympia, doing like a little seminar thing, and that's pretty cool. That's me. And of course we can't come to Muscle Beach and not hit a set of the bench press, so let's go ahead, jump on the incline and do some presses to pump that upper chest. So this is the stage that all the bodybuilders were on just a couple of days ago on 4th of July, and this was the view that they would have had. They would have walked out here, there was crowds and people filled all these grandstands. They'd stand right here and they'd start flexing and posing. The crowd would hopefully go wild. I'm sure a lot of them didn't get much of a applause, but you know, depends on the shape that you're in. Let's go ahead and climb the grandstand and see what the view would have been like for the people. Looks like they don't clean these stairs too often. Why would they? So that's the view they would have seen. As long as the sun hits the right angles, it'll really make the muscles pop and make you look really good. So, and then over here we have the very old school equipment, original Muscle Beach, where they filmed a lot of movies. I know Creed 3 they were filming here, Michael B. Jordan. And the other guy was climbing up the ropes in the recent Creed 3. So this name Spanto is everywhere. I think he was a Venice Beach original. And then of course we have Joe Weider, the father of bodybuilding, who discovered Arnold, brought him over from Austria or London, where he was at the time, and brought brought him over to America, mentored him and sponsored him, paid him some money every week so he could eat and live, to train and work here. Lay on the grass right here. It all happened right here, that grass patch Arnold was laying on, with this building in the background. So it would have looked like this. Arnold, Ed Corney, Franco, all laying on this grass patch with that building right there in the background. All the way back in the 70s, 50 years ago, they'd work out and then they'd run straight to the beach, straight down this path, straight into the water, just like you've seen in Pumping Iron. I hope there's some bodybuilding fans watching. Otherwise, if you're not a bodybuilding fan, then you wouldn't have a clue what I'm talking about. Then again, if you weren't a bodybuilding fan, you probably wouldn't have clicked on the video. But that's going to do it for my workout at Muscle Beach. Thanks for watching. This is Chris with Aussie in LA. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all guys next time. Adios.